Hi guys, welcome back to DenisLd Montreal Beer Reviews. I'm back here with another big beer. This one is quite exciting. It's going to be my first ever Norwegian beer. It's the craft beer from Norway. This is from the Nøgne Ø, I believe it's pronounced, brewery, and this is their Imperial Stout. It's a half-litre bottle, even though at first I kind of thought it's a bit bigger than that. The ABV on this one is 9%, so you could say this is the average for this kind of style of beer. I'm really happy to try any beers from Scandinavia, really. The beer scene there is quite impressive, especially the craft beer scene. I would probably guess that Denmark has the greatest number of interesting breweries and experimental beers coming from it. But Norway is also growing in terms of breweries and so forth. So Nøgne Ø, they brew a range of different beers, but this is the one I could get. Thanks a lot to my friend Stefan for bringing me this bottle, and another one from Toronto. At the back here it says Imperial Stout from Nøgne Ø is a very rich, creamy and completely black ale with flavors of coffee, chocolate, leather and dried fruit. Imperial Stout pairs well with dark chocolate and similar desserts. Serve at 12 degrees Celsius to enjoy the full flavors. This beer ages well. Since I got two bottles, I'll definitely age the second one. But for now, let's crack it open and see what this interesting Norwegian beer is all about. It's got an interesting cap with the Ø symbol. Well, it's an actual letter in Norwegian, and I believe in most Scandinavian languages. I'm going to be using my funny Delirium Tremens glass. I haven't used it in a while, but the shape is really good for Imperial Stouts. That's very dark and viscous. And the head is also dark brown, one of the darkest I've seen. Alright, so I've got a bit too much head there, but let's smell the beer. Very rich in vanilla notes. I'm getting straight up vanilla and chocolate. A bit of smokiness, a bit of roastiness, quite a bit of roastiness. Maybe a touch of coffee, espresso beans, stuff like that. Maybe a bit of dark fruit. Alright, let's try the Nøgne Ø Imperial Stout. This is really smooth and super roasty, especially at the back. It just lingers on. This one's a beauty in the glass. Really powerful kind of roasted malt kick with that dark chocolate notes, and the chocolatey kind of texture lingers on. Fairly sweet, a bit of vanilla there. I can taste some hops as well. Hops kind of add a bit of a floral touch and some bitterness at the back, together with the roasty bitterness. Medium bodied, not too thick, but it's definitely got enough body for an Imperial Stout. Barely tasting any alcohol. Really smooth and really drinkable. Yeah, this is really good. I was expecting this to be amazing anyway, but this is really lovely. Look at how much head I'm getting and so much lacing there. My first Norwegian beer, and it's incredible. I'll be back in a few moments. Okay guys, so here's what I've got to say about this marvelous beer. This is quite honestly one of the best Russian Imperial Stouts I've ever had. I wouldn't go as far as to call it the best, but it's one of the best, probably one of the top three, together with maybe the Saint-Ambroise Russian Imperial Stout and beers like that. It's very rich and complex. It's very drinkable since you don't taste much alcohol. It didn't even give me a buzz, you know. It's a fairly big bottle and it drinks well. It did give me a slight warming sensation, but nothing, you know, to set my mind free to that extent, I suppose. Really rich and complex body with enough roastiness, chocolate, coffee, vanilla, and fairly noticeable level of hoppiness as well. It's fairly carbonated, but that's because it's a bottle fermented beer. It says here in small letters, unfiltered, unpasteurized, live ale. That's lovely. This brewery does make an impressive range of beers. Basically every beer is just named by its style. They have quite a range of year-round beers and some specials and seasonals, so I'm really hoping to try more from Nøgne Ø in the future, hopefully sometime soon, if I can. Once again, thanks a lot to my friend Stefan for picking this up for me. Not only he gave me two bottles, he actually went to a different liquor store just to find this one, because it's not that well distributed in Toronto, but it's still sold there. So I was lucky. It was about $6, so I think it's a good deal because Scandinavian beers are generally a bit more expensive overall. So it's a fair deal for such a nice, rich and big beer. This is really good. Highly recommended beer. I'm sure some of you have already tried this, but for those who haven't, and I think it's sold in many places in the States, so give it a try, give it a go. Grade wise, I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. It's a well impressive beer. It's just a marvelous Russian Imperial Stout. So 9 out of 10 for Nøgne Ø Imperial Stout from Norway. It's actually from a town called Grimstad. And that's all I have to say for this time, guys. See you next time. Cheers. Check out my other reviews, comments, and see you in the next one. Cheers. It's good beer.